shattered dreams. And gotta leave it, and gotta leave it all behind. Whatever I said, whatever I didn't mean it. I just want you back for good. Want you back, want you back, want you back for good. Whenever I'm... Hello, my wonderful viewers. This is Desmond Gray of Gallant Integrated Media. And the title of my episode today is Why So Many People Fell, Part 3. But before I proceed, please, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please help us to subscribe. Drop your comments and share the video to enable other people to watch and encourage us in what we do. Thank you so much for doing that. And this episode started with the first, second, and today is the third episode. And we're talking about why so many people fail. Why are there so many people failing in so many things people do? This failing include both in relationship, in business, in career, in academics, in all that humans do. And there are so many failures. There are so many failings. It couldn't just happen. Something must be responsible for that. And this is what we've been trying to discuss and to motivate people to move away, shift away from those things that brings about failures and failings in all that we do. You look around the society, you see that a whole lot of people exist and live in a particular society, but very few seems to have this comfort of like what they're doing working for them. It's not that there is an embargo that makes things not to work for people. There is not. Just oftentimes it's we, the people, that are responsible for our failings. You see, excellence is not outside the realms of possibilities. But what is in contention here is our ability to galvanize every opportunity we have. Opportunities are always there. There are opportunities everywhere. There are opportunities staring at people's face. But oftentimes we lack the master stroke. Oftentimes we lack the ability to galvanize these opportunities, even in our relationships. We live in a world where every invention, every discovery that is meant to ease man's challenges in life, the same man has turned to abuse all this and end up not making most of the reason and the purpose of those inventions. And this is what we see and what happens to us on a daily basis. So as people, we need to interrogate what we do. Why do we do them? And what are the end result that we want to achieve? You see, many of us oftentimes take our perceptions for reality, when in human psychology, perceptions are not reality. But we got to work hard. We got to break away from those enclaves, those cycle of failings and failures. We as people have to break away from those things. You see, most of us doesn't have dream. We don't dream. We don't have dream, and neither do we dream. And when you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a vision? When you don't have a vision, how are you going to have a picture that you're working towards, a picture that you're looking at, be it small, big, or bigger pictures? But when you don't have a picture, what are you looking at? There's no focal point. There is no destination to like where you are heading to, what we want to achieve, that's where you are moving. Because you got to know where you are moving. You got to know what you want to achieve and where you want to be, and begin to marshal out action plans and galvanize every opportunity that is meant to lead you to where you're going to. But oftentimes we don't do this. We live in a world where there is technology. All manner of technologies are here with us in the world. And these technologies, the reason and the purpose for these inventions are to help us to achieve greater height in our life, in everything we do, in relationships, in our career, in our business, in our studies, our education. But oftentimes we don't do it. because so many of us lacks that dream and vision. So many of us lacks focus. We do a whole lot of things that exposes us to distractions, and we often embrace distractions more than we embrace focus and commitment and dedication and responsibility. Oftentimes we don't embrace these things. I'm going to illustrate a whole lot of things here to buttress my point. But please, I want to encourage you. It doesn't matter how long this video is, please watch it to the end. It will help you, because the purpose is to help you and help myself as well. That's why your comment and sharing is very important. You see, look at it this way. When you see people on a high street talking things, saying things, trying to canvas things that are life-changing, with their microphone, with their speaker, talking on the high street for people to hear, for people to copy what they're saying, listen to what they're saying, and try to apply it in their lives. Watch it. If there are 100 passers-by on that street, only just two people will stop to watch or to listen what this person is saying. That's the kind of society we live in. It doesn't matter how impactful this could be. It doesn't matter how this thing could help, like change our stories, change our situations. We don't often listen to things like that. But if this same person, after like 2-3 hours or thereabout, goes out, comes back disguising himself, removing his hat, pulling his jacket, his shirt, removing his trainers and his trousers, and dancing with boxers on the street, you see, if out of 100 people, you see up to 80 people will stop to watch this person. Up to 80 people will pull out their phones to video record what this person is doing. It doesn't matter how important where they're going is to them, they will stop to watch all these things. As against two people that we are able to stop to watch to listen to the voice of reason. That's the kind of world we live in today, where distraction has consumed our time, where distraction has consumed our sense of reason, where distraction has consumed our sense of purpose and commitment, where distraction has consumed our sense of industry and motivation. For you standing on the high street to talk about things that can change people's life, the perception about you will be either that you are insane or that something is wrong with you. But when you are there dancing naked on the high street, you see everybody will stop to watch you. That's how bad it is. Why do so many people fail? When you don't have dream, when you don't have a vision, when you don't have a focus, trust me, you don't deal with time. You don't time yourself. You don't tailor yourself. You don't discipline yourself. You don't mitigate things you do and things you commit your time and your resources to. Everything becomes invoked to you. Oftentimes, you see people buying things they don't need. Money they would have converted to something else that will help them for good. You see people buying things they don't need because they are in competition with everybody. And a good number of people does this. A good number of people are into this. That's why you see so many failures. There are people from January to December. Every weekend, they must have an event to attend. I'm not against all this. They must have an event to attend. They must have a ceremony to attend. All their discussions is about event, about people. They must have something to attend to. When you sit down to analyze these things, you see that all these things that have taken their time and money does not generate idea. Neither does it cross-fertilize idea. They've just wasted time and wasted their money. A whole lot of people does this. Very few people are disciplined with their time. Very few people are disciplined with their money. Very few people are disciplined with their activities. Very few people has this resilience to distractions. Very few people. Some look at it from the point of view of that's what is running, that's what is involved. Everybody is doing it. When everybody is doing one thing, and that's the reason why you are doing it, the first question to ask is, what is everybody getting from doing this? And we don't interrogate all this. We do it because everybody is doing it. Ask yourself, why do we have so many poor people as against very few rich people? Is it that there are restrictions that that many people should be poor? There's no restriction to the best of my knowledge. But most of the times, we are the people restricting ourselves because we don't make most of our time. We don't make most of our opportunities. We don't put our opportunities and chances into play. Oftentimes we do it because everybody's doing it. Oftentimes we are just into it because we want to catch fun. And the question is, how long are you going to catch this fun? Even in our marriages, in our relationships, in our businesses, in all the things people do, watch it. There is one invention that will always be the distracting factor to this person and to what he or she is doing. If you doubt me, engage up to 10 people in conversation, verbal conversation. If they are with their phone, watch how many of them will pay attention to you. If not, like scrolling their phone, typing and printing and all these things on their phone. Yes, I'm listening. Okay, yeah, this is what you see everywhere. This is what you see every day. But this gadget for communication is invented to ease man's problem in life, to ease man's challenge in life. But oftentimes, man has now made this thing to be his greatest distraction and the greatest enemy of his progress. Man and what confronts him. You know, ask yourself, you see the rich, they always conscious of their time. They always conscious of the environments you see them. They always conscious of what they say, what they do, what they buy. There are a lot of people, if you go to their houses today, honestly speaking, like women, for instance, the kind of handbags that you bring out of their house. If you take it to the market, you sell these handbags and make a whole lot of money from it. And this person might be broke. You see people, they get paid today, the next day they're borrowing money. Because they have spent their money buying what they don't need. Because they have spent their money doing what is not important. Because they don't prioritize. Because they do things because everybody is doing it. Not because to you, it's to you according to your own destiny. It's to you according to your own cause. But oftentimes you leave down your cause to chase the cause of others. And other people leave their own cause to chase the cause of other people. This is how it happens. And too many people are into this. That is why too many people are not making it. That is why too many people are failing in what they do. Okay, you're failing in relationship. You're failing in your business. You're failing in your career. You're failing in your academics. Where will you succeed? Are you bad from success? Are you bad that you're not going to succeed? What is responsible? Check the things you do. Check all the things you involve yourself into. Check the things that consume your time and the things that consume your money. You are in a relationship. What are the dictates? What are the demands in your relationship? What are the natural demands that you have to hit to? Are you hidden to them? Are you committed to them? Or are you just doing things because people are doing it? Or you just into it because maybe it helps you to pass time? When you keep on passing time, when are you going to begin to use time? When are you going to begin to store your time for good? That question is very pertinent to ask. Why are there so many failures? Why so many people fail? Why? Why? You see one person having millions, billions that belongs to him, one person. When within the entire society, a whole lot of people are poor. The question demands to ask, and answer needs to be provided, trust me. Oftentimes in our life, we walk from answer to question instead of from question to answer. Oftentimes in our life, we engage in frivolities that brings no good to us. And so many, the annoying part of this, or the worrying part of this is so many people are into this. Somebody can stay from January to December without reading even a chapter of a book, without even spending 30 minutes just to research for something good. If it's not, maybe one handbag, is one kind of shoe, is one kind of watch, you don't even have the money. Okay, why not research how is this bag produced? How is this wristwatch produced? What does it take to produce this? Why not research this? I don't think there is any excellence or result that does not connect with an idea. But many a time, idea is not our case here. Idea is not our problems. We don't worry about ideas. We don't worry about how we're going to get an idea of something that we want to do. Or we just go in, if it happens, it happens. In Africa, you see people, somebody is responsible for your failings. Somebody is responsible for your failings. And you open your mouth to say that. You know, somebody responsible for your failings. Even when you use your time wrongly, even when you don't get your decisions right, you still sit back to accuse someone of being responsible for your failings. Do you know the most important thing in human life is decision making? Oftentimes we get every decision wrong. And this decision of 1 minute, could the failure or the backlash of these decisions could last 30 years or even a lifetime. Something that takes you 5 minutes to decide, or even a second to decide, could cost you 30 years struggling, running from pillar to post without finding solution. Just one single decision you got wrong somewhere. If you doubt me, let's look at it this way. You will see a player in the football field succeeding in dribbling everybody, even dribbling the goalkeeper, having the goalpost just in front of him. And you see the same player firing wide. And that could be the opportunity that cost them the trophy. What was wrong? Because he couldn't get his decision right. The same happened to our daily life, our life, day-to-day life. When you don't get your decisions right, oftentimes we have all the opportunities and all the privileges. Just decision becomes the greatest anathema, the greatest problem we have to getting the result we desire. Decision. So many people fail for a whole lot of reasons are responsible for the failures of so many. But cardinal among them is the fact that people do not always prioritize. People do not always maintain their focus. People do not always have dream, and as a result of this dream, have a vision, and as a result of this vision, have a picture of what they're looking at. The chair you are sitting to watch me started with a skeleton. That chair you are sitting on started with a skeleton. The life and your vision and your target and your destination in life have to start with a skeleton on which you now build reality on that skeleton, and it becomes a chair. Houses you live, they started with a plan, a graphics. They started with foundations. They started with all manner of activities and plans and ideas going on. Bringing all these ideas together gives you that house you are living in. But in our life, we want to run it without an idea. We want to run it without a destination. We want to run it without a plan. We want to run our life without an action plan. We want to run our life without having a focus of how we're going to go there. A lot of us lacks this strength and willpower and this sense of industry. You see laxity all over the place, whether mental and physical laxity. You see people, their own trouble is their right. Oh, they're too conscious of their right. It's always their right and all that. You see people, it's always an event. Oh, let's go there. Oh, they're on phone. You'll be surprised. This person has spent an hour on phone, all arranging for the next party to attend. I'm not against those things, but oftentimes these things are the distractions that shift you away from the line of progress, which you have already discovered. Some people are even on their own lane to greatness, but one silly distraction, one wrong decision somewhere knocks them away from that link. And before you know it, just back to a land of no return. So we need, as humans, we need to have focus. We need to have a dream. You see, excellence is not outside the realms of possibilities. You know, everything, as far as one man has succeeded, success is there with us. As far as one person has excelled, excellence is there with us. As far as someone has made it, making it is not impossible. But what makes it impossible is our inability to be committed, our inability to be focused, our inability to give the time that is required for the excellence that we desire, to give the commitment, to take that responsibility. Oftentimes we blame government, we blame these people. Even when government does not give you opportunity, you also have the right and the privilege to give yourself that opportunity. And when you do this, trust me, follow it up with determination, with dexterity, with the foresight. You get to the destination. Trust me. Results are always inherent in every In every action, in every hard work, in every attempt, results are always inherent. So failures comes from the moment you stop attempting, the moment you stop working hard, the moment you stop pushing. That's when result stops coming. So I will encourage you to sit back and ask yourself, what has been consuming my time? Does it actually worth my time? What has been consuming my money? Does it actually worth my money? What have I been doing wrong? Why have I been getting my decisions wrong? Begin now to interrogate all this, and by doing so, trust me, you're gonna get solution. And when you get solution, you're gonna get the dream. When you get the dream, trust me, you're gonna get the vision. And when you get the vision, you're always gonna get the picture. When you get the picture, you're gonna grab the picture, and that will form your result. Thanks for watching, because I'll leave it here for today. Thanks for watching. Please do subscribe, like I've said, and I'll be grateful if you do. Bye for now. I'm Desmond Gray.